Welcome back. Thank you for attending our 1 o'clock class today. This is on Paradym Reach Social. We are proud to have Kevin Qualls with us from Paradym/Constellation One today, who's going to be training. Just as a reminder for those of you who do have Paradym accounts, you can access those through rwtconnect.com. All you have to do is click the Paradym button. We do have a single sign-on or an SSO. No username or password is required to log into Paradym. If by chance you get a little error message that says that you need to contact web support at rwtown.com to create your account, it means that something must have gone wrong with the SSO. Sometimes it means that your email address doesn't match in the Paradym system and our RWT Connect system. Rest assured that we actually get that message, the same message at web support, and we will jump on it and make sure that we get that account access for you. So again, you should be able to access that from RWT Connect, just clicking the Paradym button. And if you do happen to get an error, we will get that corrected for you from your web support team. All right, at this time, I'm going to turn the room over to Kevin, and we'll take a look at Reach Social today.
Hey everyone. So yeah, we're covering the other portion of the Paradym platform that wasn't covered yesterday, which was marketing, tour editing, and so forth. This is the very social media centric side of everything. So I've got my sort of account up here to look through everything. We're going to highlight different things, set up different ways. That's why I chose it specifically, and I didn't want to again pull someone out in front of the proverbial class with their account. So Reach Social, starting from the settings page, are going to have a few different links that pertain to it. Connections being the big one. I wanted to show you this because when you're on this page, this is where you manage what connections you've given us permission to post to, because Reach Social is the product by which we share interactive content meant to engage people looking at your social media. It's both curated, meaning we've pulled it from a variety of different sources, checked for appropriateness and up-to-dateness and everything. And it's also content that we've created. We have a department that handles graphics, images. We put out videos, nothing serious, right? And this is meant to just engage people in an amusing way that they're going to remember your content. So each one of these is a connection we have. These connections do sort of circle back to your marketing you did yesterday, because this is where you manage how we put out your listings once they are in our system as tours. The default setting tends to be a weekly reposting as long as they're active, and letting our system work its magic by scheduling the best time and putting a sensical comment that pulls from the listing information. So you are going to see these connections set up, and that's what allows us to push the Reach Social content out. So if one of these is timed out, like LinkedIn, you're going to see there's a little exclamation point, and you're going to get emails pretty regularly about there being an issue posting to such and such site. The access tokens expire. For each site, it's different. LinkedIn is about every 90 days. It is the one you're going to receive the most notices about, but Facebook, Instagram are like 9 to 10 months on average. Twitter seems to be eternal. So side note, it is important to respond to those emails when you get them, because that will stop our Reach Social content from going out, because our permissions, they aren't permanent, right? The sites aren't going to give us that quite yet. But I did want to primarily speak with Reach Social to what you're going to see on your account if you have it, which is on the left, this little place that's labeled content. Categories is a lot of checkboxes, and it is where you select the type and themes of the content library we have that we put out on your social media. In the general section, you're going to find those, categories. And again, these are pulled from a variety of different websites that we comb through and make our good quality, no conspiracy theories, nothing crazy, nothing controversial. But they're generally themed around real estate, in a soft sense. Right, that's the sort of content that's going to be put out there. And they're selected on a random basis from our gigantic library of content. So you don't need to worry about something that goes out on your social media going out to a bunch of other people within your same organization. That's not a concern. You can uncheck any that sound boring to you. What I recommend more so, and we're going to look at in a little bit, is unchecking stuff once you have a couple of months under the belt of content going out there's a page that we'll look at that you can see how well the posts are doing. And if you notice a theme, like let's say the luxury, I'm going to pick one randomly, the luxury category is not getting as many clicks, comments, retweets, whatever, whatever the platform is, as the other sort of content, just the people following your page aren't responding, come back here and uncheck it. Make the content that's going out to your site efficient for you. You can uncheck any holidays that you don't want a happy, whatever it is, day to pop up on, because we do have all these enabled by default. And seasonal, it's seasonal type content, that deals with winter weather, had to deal with that. Here's some great things to do when it's super cold outside, or hey, it's the height of summer. Here's ways to, protect against the heat. General, soft stuff like that. Um, but whenever you do make a change here, you always, and this is a theme across the site, you want to hit save up there. It's going to save your change, put you back on the previous page. Schedule's the next one, and this is going to be how frequently we post those types of content meant to engage people. Um, Over here in very small text, you're going to see content calendars are filled overnight, 1 month at a time. So you're going to get monthly emails from us saying your content calendar is now filled. Those emails contain a direct link to a page we're going to go look at in a second that shows you what we have scheduled to post. And then we're going to look at that because it is really nice to see. And there you can make changes and make edits and changes to whatever we've scheduled for you. You can select days. It's going to be one post a day chosen. Now, if there is a holiday, the holiday posts will go out as well, but the holiday posts typically go out earlier in the day. So the social content is going to be relegated to more than likely a better slot in the day, a little bit later, like noon or after. So you don't have to worry about one post after another going out and it being ignored because it goes out so soon. Um, you also don't have to worry about us bombarding people with 8, 9, 10 posts a day. That's annoying and it gets people unfollowed. That's why we do the restrained one content piece a day. And if you ever need to, you can pause it if you're going on vacation. And let's say your social media is especially active and you don't want to feel obligated to respond, you can come here and pause it. Just remember to turn it back on when you come back. I'm going to hit cancel here. Now, there is one more thing that I did want to show you, and I did actually want to hop into. I'm just sorry, going to pick on a random person's account. There we go. I'm going to log in as them, and we are going to go look at the difference on one of these accounts, which is the same, actually. Excellent. Okay, I want to make sure there wasn't anything wrong there. So that's pretty simple. That's literally just what we're going to post and how frequently we post it. Let's go look at the two screens that determine the past and future of what Reach Social posts on your social media. I timed out. Excellent. There we go. So on dashboard, which is typically going to be the page you're going to land on when you log in initially, you're going to see a lot of stuff on here, right? Recent leads, if you have people interact with your tours and generate a lead, general high level numbers over what's going on your social media, different visual resources. This doesn't really have to do with Reach Social, so we're going to concentrate on the stuff that does, which is social analytics and social schedule. These two are the most important thing on this page, right below where your picture would be. Analytics is the past, schedule is the future. I always tell people it is two sides of the same coin. So once something posts, you go to analytics and it goes back in time. You can see, it's pulling in analytics, you'll see how many people have clicked on or interacted with the post so far. You'll be able to see, remember how I said my LinkedIn is timed out? That little exclamation points let you know it tried to go out, but it failed because, again, that connection needs to be reconnected. And you can just kind of get a sense. Now, this is the interesting thing about Reach Social. I love this. I don't actively use any of these accounts. I just made them for this occupation and for testing purposes. No one follows this Twitter account, but I still got a couple of clicks on it. It works really well, honestly, on pages that have absolutely no interaction or anything from the person running it. So you get to see that has a pulse to it even without someone being involved in there. Now you can retroactively remove stuff that's been posted to an account for whatever reason. It'll just remove it from there. You can do that for all of them. If something has failed, you can retry. If you say you fixed your LinkedIn connection, you come back here and say it's the same day. Let's say it's the same day, right, as yesterday, and you want to retry it, you certainly can. You can filter by what type of content is going out and by what sites. I mainly just have tours going out on here, and to what particular destination and how far back. You can look for just failed posts or everything. So you can dig down into the history of what we put out on your account pretty well with this. The other page that I encourage people to check pretty regularly, and I would say is one of the more important pages on our site for people with the Reach Social product, is Social Schedule. You click here and it shows you the future. What's going to go out tomorrow? What's going to go out the day after that? Now you're going to notice I only have this scheduled here. Now, if you ever, and I'm glad this is the case, this is another reason I picked my account. If you come here and you don't see 30 days worth of scheduled content to scroll through, or a very short amount of it, reason is today is the 16th. Go back here to something I do want to point out to you, to schedule, to how frequently this stuff posts. My next calendar fill is the 19th, and that one post you see going out on Wednesday is literally it until Friday. So if you ever notice a very small or short amount of posts going out, and you're alarmed about that, check settings, schedule, and see when your calendar fill is, because we don't fill for the next 30 days until that well is pretty much dry. So it is not a rolling 30 days of content we keep scheduled for you. It's block filling, one 30-day period at a time. But we'll jump back to dashboard and social schedule. Now you can edit the text here. Now, the important thing about editing text here is it will not remember what was there previously. You'll notice there's no edit, confirm, or save button. So if I take away something, it's gone. If I go away and then come back, it's still gone. So if you're going to change these, be sure you know that whatever you take away is going to leave there. But you can change the captions that we put on there on the fly if you want to make yourself sound more personalized in there, make it sound more like what you would type out, or add little hashtags or important short-term marketing things you want to highlight. You certainly can. You can preview whatever is going to go out there if you want to get a little bit better look at it. You can reschedule to a different time. Let's say I want this to go out on Saturday at 4, right? For whatever reason, you can schedule it. It'll move it over. You can delete content if you think, I don't really care that that goes out. Like it, maybe that's just kind of boring, or maybe that kind of highlights for you something you want removed from settings categories, right? To go back there and uncheck a box for a certain type of category. So we want your social media to be personalized as much to you as possible. So feel free to look through here every once in a while, minimum every month, right? And see what we've got scheduled for you coming up. As with the last page, you can filter by what type of content, your tours that are going out weekly, Paradym content specifically, my content, which is you using this button I was going to talk about here in a second to post something of your own. So Reach Social is taking the pressure off of you to have to always think about something to post on social media. That is a job in of itself, and it does not pay well, right? Um, so we do that for you. However, if you organically come across something in your day to day, like, oh, there's a little article I read on a neat park that got revitalized in the city, or yay, local sports team did well. Very generic examples, but post that stuff if you remember to. Come here, grab a URL. Like I'm gonna let's say grab any or photo or video. Let's say you want to post something yourself. You can put a photo in. You can put a caption. And let's see if we can grab a URL. Just random. Okay. All right, let's see. We just want to grab a generic link to pop in here. And I want to show an example of how it'll format that.
Everybody, seems we have some technical issues going on here. What's going on?
There, it cut. It just. I was like, it's getting awful. Maybe they're
It's
just
okay.
listening. It's awful quiet.
It blips on us on occasional too. So
Yeah. So I wanted to go ahead and show just a quick example of posting something using pick date and time, which I think is one of the more important, and I'll also use a picture for this, important aspects of creating your own post. So you can let Smart Schedule handle when it's best to post something, and that's fine to do. But if there's a campaign of something that you want to post about specifically intensely over a short span of time, maybe honestly, one of the your listings you want to post about it, you can choose to put it out on Tuesday. Then you can post it. You can choose create a new post again and choose a day later in the week, Friday, and then Sunday the following week. You have to make up your own captions. So I do hope you are better at coming up with this stuff than I am off the fly. But it doesn't have to be complicated.
Kevin, are
Check
you
out
able
this.
to reshare your screen by chance?
Oh, you are right. I did not do that.
It's okay.
Apologies. There we go. You can actually see now.
Thank you.
So yeah, pick date and time. You're able to pick a day in the future, share it out there, and it'll automatically be scheduled. And you can make changes to the caption as you want. If you change your mind later, again, this is not anything that we want you to feel pressured to do. But if you organically find something on your own, come here, share it out to the multiple social media platforms you have connected, and it'll be automatically injected into whatever else we have going out, and as well as your listings. Uh, so this is sort of a little bit more less intensive than marketing. Those are the features and pages that have to do with the Reach Social product. They do pull a lot of weight for you. And again, I want to stress that social schedule, social analytics are important to look at, especially social schedule every few weeks. And when you want to change anything about those, you will consult really just these two things: categories for what we push out and schedule for how many times in a given week over that 30-day period we push something. Are there any questions that have come up for you guys that you want to know? We can definitely cover any questions.
Don't see any questions quite yet. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand or you can throw them into chat. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Yeah, certainly. And if something comes up to you after the fact, obviously you can reach out to us. You can call us. You can shoot us an email. We have a little live chat box down here if you'd rather type rather than talk.
All right, I'm not seeing any questions come through. This is really thorough and it was a great class. I thank you so much for being here. And again, you guys are welcome to use the live chat or to call Paradym at any time if you have any questions. You're also welcome to reach out to your web support team at websupport@rwtown.com, and we'll be happy to help you as well. Hopefully you guys will stick around for our next session at 2 o'clock. We're going to be talking about Express Docs. I hope to see you back here in about a half an hour. Thank you so much today.
Absolutely. You guys have a great day, Kristen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.